How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mario, and today's video is going to be a little bit more on the Honda S2000. So there's been slow but steady progress on this car. It was basically non-drivable, had some more damage than I thought, but today we're going to go ahead and see the process of getting it back on the road and closer to being ready for paint. Check out the other videos on the channel if you haven't done so already. There's some more S2000 content as well as some Porsche air-cooled videos as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So it's a nice day out here. I'm finally getting the chance to work on this S2000. I pulled up the fender. I'm not gonna be recording too much, but the plan is to drop that subframe down. I got the motorcycle jack, so that should come in clutch. Put the new steering rack on the new subframe. I need to take off that old broken control arm as well as that one. Hopefully we don't have to fight the bushings. If so, we got the Sawzall right over there. So hopefully it's gonna be not too bad. Gotta get some progress on this thing so I can put together the front end and send it out to paint. So let's get it. Nice. It's been, I don't even know, maybe an hour and a half, maybe two, probably an hour or so. I think I got everything disconnected. I'm doing everything pretty carefully, so I'm a one-man band right now. Do a little update so I can remember for the future as well as show you guys. And yeah, let's take a look. Lower ball joint, castle nut off, strut off. This one didn't have the linkage, but I took off this side linkage. It was a pain in the butt per usual, but it actually came off without having it cut off. So underneath, both sides consist of 1, 2, 3 to remove that support bar right there. So that's 3 on both sides. You take off that bar. Next, we loosened this bolt right here, this bolt right here, and this bolt right under there. So this one's long with a little thing in the middle, shorter, and then super long towards the most rear. There's our first one. It has a little, kind of like a notch in the middle, if you can see. So first one towards the front, middle shortest, and then third one right here. It's the furthest back of it. It goes, it's the one that comes off last. So it's the one furthest towards the back, that one, and then these two are for the engine mount. So I just took those off last. They go there and there. So everything should be loosened. We got a gap already. Pretty sure that is it. I'm gonna basically carefully lower this kind of motorcycle transmission jack thing I got going on. I got the motor hoisted with the 2 jack stands. That should be good. Once I lower this stuff, I'm gonna basically put another kind of support there to be safe. And there goes my other side for lowering the subframe. So I'm gonna be slowly lowering this side, slowly lowering this motorcycle jack, watching, making sure, you know, just kind of making sure we got everything ready so it can come down smooth and safe. Go down. Go up. You can go down one on your side, because your side is we're good, dude. It's this whole subframe ain't even that heavy. Here, I'm just gonna realign your So got the subframe dropped. Engine is hoisted up by that wood there. There goes those engine mounts. Looking pretty good in here. Gonna get some cleaning done, some aligning done, and gonna transfer everything that we can use from the old one to this new one, and then gonna put the new steering rack also. Yeet.
That's right.
Let's do a little instant replay. Hold on. Pretend like nothing's there. Yo, this motor mount looks like things like piece of gum. Bloop, bloop. Gotta replace the passenger side motor mount. Makes sense. Good thing we got everything else off that is gonna help us. You can see these frame rails are straight as an arrow, which is nice. All the way up into the front is just the damage that happened with this piece right here. So I'm gonna have to clean all this up right here because the frame dude did, you know, not my favorite type of work, but it is what it is. Everything else looks super good. I'm gonna just clean it up and get her done.
Sheesh.
Ooh, another Saturday. It's hot today. So, update. New steering rack on the new subframe. I touched it up, got some rust off, spray painted it. That's the old junk. And there goes the new control arms. I basically did the same thing, scuffed them up, painted some areas just to kind of prevent any corrosion. I'm gonna go ahead and fasten down the new steering rack, put in that torque sensor, and then kind of be ready to throw it back in. There's not much to it. Actually, I gotta throw on the control arms after. So I'm gonna let them dry for a little bit. Once they're good, I'm gonna throw them on, fasten everything down, and yeah, that's gonna be it for the new subframe. Coming along good. So I ended up taking off this entire suspension right here to make it easier to clean up some of this stuff. It's right there. I'm gonna have to probably take off that and clean it up a little bit to match this fresh new subframe. So just a bunch of little things that take some time. This is the main thing I want to get done. Kind of make sure it all matches before I put the subframe back in. So before the bodywork and paint, I might strip this whole interior, take off the soft top just so they can have a nice spot to make their tape mark without this in the way, so the tape mark isn't like there. And I have to change the seat belts and airbags anyway, so it'll be good to have once the interior's out. I might swap these out. Whoever does this is a clown. So yeah, it's coming along. Rainy day. We're out here with Oleg. Came here to help me out a little bit. So we got some new motor mounts both sides because these are toast. If I'm replacing the passenger side, might as well replace the driver too. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna attempt to put the new subframe back in, or the newly cleaned up subframe. Let's get it. So I went ahead and got the new motor mounts on and brackets on both sides. I'm gonna go ahead and put the torque sensor inside the new steering rack and go ahead and start kind of lifting her up, getting her back in. So it's gonna take some finessing. I'm only here by myself. Gotta go slow, do it right, and hopefully we get it in. I ended up going ham, getting everything on the car, everything buttoned down, dropped it. Mike's over here smashing on some chips. Didn't have time to film it, but we got everything done. It's sitting pretty straight. It's gonna definitely need a little bit of an alignment. You can see how straight that is. And passenger side, pretty straight as well. It's gonna have to get dialed in a little bit more later, but I'm happy how it's coming along. I'm gonna get a new fender for the driver's side because this one right here is garbage. I'm gonna drive it home like this so I can have time to work on it more frequently without driving half an hour each time. So it's been some time. I'm back at the car. I just threw on a new used battery. I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up. Trying to feel out the steering, if there's any adjustments needed. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to relearn the electric power steering. It's kind of a little process you use, but at one point I'm gonna have to drive it home. I'm gonna have to order a new front bumper, and then I have to find another driver fender, which is gonna be a little bit tougher since they're on back order. Really wanting to get this thing on the road. I'm gonna have to change these headrests, which kind of sucks. Someone split them. Super annoying. I might try to glue them, but that's pretty ghetto. It's a bunch of little things that I have to do with this car, and it adds up. So I just want to get this thing on the road ASAP and get driving. Let's see if it'll start up. Feels good actually. ABS lights on, brake lights on. Got it pulled out the garage. It's feeling really smooth. It sounds super quiet, which is always good. Yeah, I feel like this thing's gonna be easily able to make it home. So now I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna take it down the block, just kind of feel it out a little bit. These wheels are trashed. So believe it or not, this is gonna be the S2000's first wash ever. So I got it kind of like when the weather was cold, and then winter came pretty quick, and I never really got to clean it. It was always like in a ditch or me fixing the suspension. So I never really got to clean it up a little bit. It just sat getting all crusty and nasty in a few different locations. So it's gonna be nice to finally get this thing cleaned up. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash the whole outside. The front bumper's brand new, so I just took it off and take off both sides fenders and get underneath that, because there's a lot of crust build up underneath there, and I just want to make sure I clean it up, all the grime and stuff, before I go ahead, kind of touch it up last second before the new stuff goes on. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give this thing a nice spray. Hopefully it comes out looking pretty good. cleans out real nice. So you can see the Silverstone finally popping. Silverstone car with a silver fender. Kind of hard to tell. They actually look really close. But yeah, this is a silver front end with silver on a Silverstone car. Finally good to have this thing cleaned up. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the fenders and get underneath a little bit. So got the car all washed, put the front body panels back on. Still need to adjust all the gaps, but it's coming along, it's looking good. You can see the color difference a little bit more now. So I'm gonna go ahead and tuck it back in the garage and fasten the front bumper a little bit more, and then kind of figure out a place to get this thing painted. So that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. As you can see, we got the car closer and closer to being ready for paint. I actually stopped by the paint shop and talked to the person who's repainting it. I actually am gonna get it a little bit more ready for him. That way he has everything he needs to put it on, fit it, spray it, and call it a day. So I won't have to take off any panels, refit anything. He'll just do it all at once. And actually that's gonna save me a lot of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and focus on getting that buttoned up for him, making sure the headlights and stuff work great, and might even start on the interior stuff. So be sure to check out the other videos on my channel. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll catch you guys next time. As always, be blessed and be super rich.